Welcome to the new session of our cosmetic educative talks. So today I am going to discuss mainly about breast surgeries. Breast is the second most commonly operated area on a female body when they come to cosmetic clinic for a surgery. So it is a very grey area for many of the females what all surgery are required for them when they come in for surgery. So it's very important to understand the different types of surgeries to the breast and the cost of each surgery. And we'll be mainly concentrating on the type of surgeries and the cost of each surgeries in detail later. So when you come to the breast surgery, either it can be an augmentation surgery or a reduction surgery. That is the first, a line between two types of surgeries. When you divide it into two groups, for the first group is augmentation surgery and next is a reduction surgery. As the word augmentation says, anything which enlarges the size of the breast, it is a breast augmentation surgery. Anything which reduces the size of the breast, it is a reduction surgery. And there is another something called breast lift surgery. Usually they can be kept as a subcategory under breast reduction surgeries because the surgical methods which are used for the breast reduction surgery is very similar to breast lift surgery. And sometimes you may reduce the weight in that breast, then it becomes a reduction, and if you don't reduce the weight much in that side, it becomes a lift. So there is a very subtle line between breast reduction and breast lift, and it is mostly operated in the same way, and the surgeries are very similar. So we'll first talk about the first group, breast augmentation. In breast augmentation, there are mainly two types of techniques, and as first technique, it is a breast augmentation with a breast implant. So when you consider a breast augmentation surgery, it can be a surgery using a silicone breast implant. A silicone breast implant look like this. This is a breast implant from company Sebin. So this implant is made of silicone and it is completely a foreign material, and we insert this implant into the breast in different planes. So the most commonly performed plane in cosmetic, it is a subfacial plane, but it can be done either subglandular, that is very just under the skin, and under one more layer over the muscle is called fascia. Under that it's called subfacial layer, and it can be put behind the muscle also. So any of these surgeries, cost of the implant will be added to the surgical cost, and the implant cost, when it is added to the surgery cost, usually a breast implant surgery without additional fat grafting, it usually comes to around 1.2 to 1.3 lakhs when you use standard implants. And there are some implants which come for a lesser cost. When a client is not affording to the expensive implants, we usually make the implants little we select some implants which are a little less expensive, and we can make the surgical cost come down a little bit. And then the second surgery which we can perform to augment the breast is a fat grafting. So the fat grafting can be performed along with a breast implant, then it is called composite breast augmentation, and fat grafting can be done as a standalone procedure to augment the breast. But most of the times, a fat grafting is combined with a body sculpting procedure. Usually when clients, they come for mummy makeover or a liposuction, they ask us, doctor, whether we can do something to the breast also. Then they usually opt for breast fat grafting than breast implantation, because at that time during body contouring, we harvest an amount of fat from the body, and that can be safely utilized for augmenting their own breast. And fat is called liquid gold, and it stays there. It gets blood supply from your body and it becomes part of your body. It can enlarge when you get some body weight, or it can decrease in size when you lose some body weight. It's almost very physiologically neutralized thing for breast augmentation. The problem with fat is there are some advantages for breast implant and breast fat grafting that we have discussed in our other topics, that you can just go back and refer to other talks on breast augmentation. The cost of breast augmentation with fat usually comes to, if it is done as a standalone procedure, it comes to around 1.2 to 1.4 lakhs, depending on the volume and size of the client and how much breast augmentation they are looking for. And as I told you, most of the times it's combined with other procedures, like when they combine when a client comes for a breast augmentation with fat grafting, they can add a liposuction to that package. Then the liposuction package will come down. It will be like a 40,000 or 60,000 add-on. And instead, if you do a liposuction alone, it can be a 1 lakh to 1.2 lakh procedure. So you can save some money by combining these two procedures, and it's a very commonly performed procedure in cosmetic cleaning. So let's go to the next other group of surgeries. Those are called breast reductions, and I'll add breast lift also to that. So when you consider a breast reduction, you have to first discuss with your doctor how much reduction do you want. Do you have any physical problems with the weight of the breast, or you just want the breast to be sculpted, or you just want the breast to be lifted. So when the breast has to be reduced a lot, the surgery becomes a little more messy and a little more time consuming procedure. So the breast reduction, usually the charges range between a 1 lakh to 1.4 lakhs depending on the type of breast reduction. There are different techniques for that. In cosmetic, we don't perform a same template procedure in all the patients. We perform all the different kinds of breast reductions. We do, for a small reduction and a little bit of lift, we perform a peri-areolar breast reduction, and a little more bigger breast, we perform a vertical breast reduction, and for a huge breast, we do inferior pedicle based inverted T breast reduction. And sometimes some breast will be very less in volume and too much static. Then you need to augment them and lift them. So that's called augmentation mastopexy. In that, on top of the breast reduction surgery and the lift surgery, we add an implant to that add to the cost of the surgery. Then the cost may go up to 1.8 to 2 lakhs for the total surgery. And there is something which is relatively new, which is called auto augmentation, in which instead of using a breast implant, we use that amount of tissue which we remove from the lower pole of the breast. When we do a routine breast reduction surgery, that tissue with the same blood vessels, we move it little up and use it like an implant. That technique is called augmentation mastopexy, and that procedure will be slightly more expensive than the usual breast reduction and the breast lift procedures, because it takes around some more time for the tissue to be mobilized, and there is some de-epithelialization and something scientifically called de-epithelialization, which takes more time and more effort on both sides to do the procedure. The procedure is longer and it's more complex. So these are different types of procedures when you come to breast reduction: a breast lift, a breast reduction alone, and a breast reduction, auto augmentation along with breast reduction. So these three things have different charges, and a lift alone, this usually ranges between 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees depending on the type of procedure you opt for. That you can look back and see which all procedures I have combined. So in this talk, I'm trying to simplify the different kinds of procedures to the breast, and I was trying to give you an aerial view into what all the types of breast surgery is performed. And under each heading, I have told different subcategories, and I have tried to mention the cost for each procedures. So when you consider a breast surgery, it is always advisable to take a consultation first. And at Cosmetic, we have a software called Chrysalix, in which we can take a photograph of yours and make it a 3D reconstruction, and we can select from the full catalog of implants different size, different shapes, different volumes, and add that to the body virtually and show you how you will look after the implant surgery. The same service is available for fat grafting also, and that lift with an implant, or a lift with reduction and all those stuff. Okay, but mostly it's most important and most useful for a breast augmentation with an implant. So that is our extra effort to give you the perfect results which you want for, and we are not charging extra for a virtual consultation or a simulation consultation. It's all included in the surgery package. And as a bottom line, I can tell you the rates which I was telling you will include your all pre-operative investigation, all the investigations before surgery, except your first consultation before you decide on surgery, everything else until your recovery, your stitch removal and your complete recovery, everything is covered in that package, and there is no hidden charges. And all the amounts which I told you is in rupees. For other nationals who are watching this video, you can convert that to your own currency and see that value. It will never be different for a patient from Kerala or a person from North India or a patient from outside India. It's all the same. So thanks for watching. We'll catch up you with another informative video regarding cosmetic surgery. And thanks for watching.